Hey guys, Alex here with Truby Gaming, bringing you the second episode of backtracking through Rayman 1 to pick up all the cages and do all the things. I apologize about the last episode, my voice is much better, things are a lot nicer, hopefully I sound a little bit more human, that would be quite nice, but today's episode, diving straight back into it, we're going into Hard Rocks, and we've got 4 cages to pick up here. So, the first is, I think, one of the ones we actually got in the episode, but then I died or game overed and then never went back for it. But there it is. That is cage number 3 out of the ones we need here, and then all you got to do is just run all the way back. And then we just get through that section. Like, nothing else there we need. Second section. We're wandering along, we eventually find this cloud with 4 tings next to it, and you can just climb up here, and off you go. Suddenly there are spontaneous Ribena people everywhere, but there is a cage lying around for you to pick up, and that is cage number 4. I can count, I swear I can count. Yeah, so they sort of drop down, they're a little annoying, but generally not too bad, so yeah, just avoid them, avoid all the Ribena people. And Alex, what are you trying to, okay, I'm trying and failing to get a power up I didn't need until now when I was wasting my life running into spikes. But sure, whatever works, that's awesome. And then you just continue on your way backwards and move on through the stage. Nice and easy. Not even 2 minutes in and we've already got 2 cages. That's flipping awesome. So run yourself around. There's actually a life, like just up there. I got it in the episode, didn't realize the guide was telling me it was there, and I was like, oh my god, give me free life, but I couldn't pick it up. So next section, continuing running through. So this one is a little bit crazy because there's a whole backtracking process. So you have to jump up here and make the P spawn, which is obviously helpful. And then I've sped this up. You've actually got to run all the way around. Avoid this. There's a life down there. Didn't realize. Thank you for the free life, my guide. Avoid the boulders. Continuing to avoid the boulders. Pick up the P. Now, the cage spawns there. So now you've got to run all the way back. Just to be a real pain in the neck. But see, that's not even the end of it. So you get hit a few times. Get the cage. Everything's wonderful. That's great. So from here, you now continue. Almost get hit by the boulder again. Oof. Wait, am I thinking of something else? I thought there was a dude that spawned. No, I'm thinking somewhere else. So I wanted to put this in because free life as well. When you get to the next checkpoint fail and swing this guy, jump down, pick up a free life, everything's great, and then you can quite easily hop out the pit again. That's great. Oh yeah, it's this bit. Okay, so as you keep going and keep climbing, you eventually get to this cloud that will bump you up here. You actually kind of don't want to be up here because I believe that's where you want to go normally. So I'm just gonna quickly hop back down, and we're gonna go up to the right. So hop up here, crawl along here, down this nice little passageway, pick up a few tings along the way. This is cute. Everything's wonderful. And now this cloud spawns. What's good now is that that guy's spawned, which makes it significantly harder to get anywhere because he's just throwing flipping boulders at you and I almost die. There's now a cage at the top there. All you have to do is jump up there, that I failed to do, and break the cage. And that is the 6th cage of Hard Rocks. Yes. But I didn't want to cut the footage here because this guy causes problems. So he throws it down. I'm right here, okay? I get hit. Yep, told you. I get hit, and now it's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to have to go all the way back to the bottom to the last checkpoint. Screw that. And I jump right out of the way just at the right time. Total clutch. Absolutely brilliant. Well happy with that. So we're moving on to Mr. Stone's Peaks. Oh, mate, it's nice to have a voice that works. This is amazing. Okay, so we pick up the super helicopter powers for you. So we pick that up, hover along across. We want to pick up this, and then just land nicely, like right here. And really, then we just want to fall in the pit. And in the pit is a cage. I never would have guessed, but there you go. That is the 5th one for Mr. Stone's Peaks. And yeah, we get a new cage. I actually thought I could hop out without having to go up this way because, well, then this happens. And picking up the PowerPoints was totally pointless because I just lost them all there. But I suppose it saves me a game over. So now you want to go through the level quite a lot. Like, I'm all the way... The other cage I needed was right at the other end of the level. So you go through all of the sections and then just fall down this convenient pit here where there are springy dudes. Then you get out the way of the springy dudes and hop up across. Nice and easy. That is Mr. Stone's Peak Stone. Huh. Eraser Plains. I am not the biggest fan of this level, I've got to admit. The ink is death too easily, but there you go. So the first cage, another one we actually managed to get in the episode, but then after game overing too many times, I gave up and decided that I was just going to focus on getting through the level. So you run along across. Oh, also, this is how you get to the tings at the bottom there. I'm not going to say without taking damage, but that is supposed to be how you're supposed to get down there. So I can get some additional tings, hopefully lead on to a different life, a new life, and I get a fist power, which is quite nice. So as we've seen in the episode, just swing yourself along, everything's great, avoid the obstacles that are obviously going to be coming, the Ribena people swarming and trying to hurt you, and you'll be totally fine. Everything's great. It's like a bouncing paradise. It's wonderful. This is long before the bouncing pits. Oh, Alex, nice one. God, nice one past Alex. This is long before the rubbers actually become irritating in the bouncy castle level, but there you go. We're doing all right. So again, just beat your way through swarms of Ribena people, and there is the second cage of, wow, what is this level called? Eraser Plains. That's the one, Eraser Plains. That you need to pick up, and then you've got the nice hooks that just appear and enable you to very easily get through without hurting yourself. So, you know, all in all, a long cage, but a fairly simple one. I think that's why I stopped going through it in the episode, because it just took me so long after game overs. Okay, this one. I hate this section, it's just hard for no reason. As you can see, I've lost a load of lives. But if you jump up here, right at the end of this section, the cage spawns. And then all you've got to do is almost die. You don't actually have to almost die, just going to throw that out there. So you have to do that, and then you've got to go backwards, back this way. And I tell you, the worst part of this is when the pencils move in like a uniform manner, because I think that the amount that they undulate, yeah, that's the word. Oh yeah, also 3p over here. Pick that up, it's great. I think there's a trigger box there that actually makes the eraser spawn, the sharpener spawn. Yeah, that's sharpener spawn. So I think that's important. What was I going to say? Yeah, I have a funny feeling that the pencil's undulation is decided by where you are on screen, which totally ruined most of my runs through that. So I lost a lot of lives for just pointless reasons. But yeah. Once you've spawned the cage, all you've got to do is get up there, fall back down, and then run along to the back. But there is a secret. There is a secret. So there is a life up here, and if you have a strong fist, you know, one that goes really far, then you can catch it in midair as you're up there. I could not. I'll be honest, spoiler alert, that doesn't work either. But can you see the twinkles at the top near the pencil? Well, if you could, you're about to see what they are. And you can actually reach that just by coming up onto the sharpener and hovering across. That was a super helicopter power. So you can just hover up and pick up the life for free. So I go from 3 to 4, quite happy. Pretty decent way to end the section. Not too bad, fairly happy, everything's great. So you actually don't want to be in the second section, you actually want to be in the third. So when you get over here, you've got lightning bolts everywhere, and you've got like fairies all over the place making you really big or small. So what you actually want to do is come up here, move everything out of the way. It's all good. If the one that falls is necessary, it will reappear. You basically just want to throw everything out of the way and then pick up this, because then this happens. And you can start to go back. I'm pre-warned that those things spawn behind me, so that I wouldn't like just die pointlessly. But if you ride it long enough, you get a free P. There are pencils in the way now, but you're also small, which enables you to get down here. Everything's great, and you can get the 4th cage of Eraser Plains. I almost forgot that level again. What am I doing? It is Eraser Plains, isn't it? Or is it Pencil Pentathlon? One of the two. It is a level that involves pencils. So, one of the two. Pencils and erasers. So, that's great. Next bit. So, that jump that I just did there is actually a little bit tight. It's really easy to just instantly get turned small again, which is a bit of a pain. But with enough like precision and patience, you can get it. I pick up a free life to go to 8, so we're doing all right on lives again. But if you hop over here, a cage spawns over here. And in order to get the cage, you actually have to hit that down and then come along and like use it to hop on it and then jump between the spikes. Throw your fist between the spikes. As you can see, my accuracy is just as terrible as my platforming, so that didn't really help me out. But we do eventually pick up cage 5 of this level, which is rather wonderful. So we are 5 out of 6 and we're just waiting for the last section. Oh, 11 minutes 20 in, we're not actually doing too bad, you know. We're not doing too bad. So the next bit, you actually want to go over to the ink covered rubbers, slide around, and you want to be big, because then you can hop up there, hit that trigger box, and then there's the cage. Simple, easy, clean. I actually pick up the things to then go for another life as well. So we've got 9 lives, we are basically a cat, and then I realize I have to go all the way back to get small again, just so I can get through that damn maze. But that's that. We are now onto this level whose name totally escapes me, and I wasn't paying attention as to what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to ignore it. But what I am going to tell you is this particular cage, that is how easy it is to get it. It's not like I had to worry about jumping through the fountain pen or anything like that. I just had to throw my fist on the way down. That is how bad I am at this game sometimes. So that's great. Once that's done, just move the way forward and then you're on your way. We then get all the way over to the bouncy castle section of this level, which is trash, might I add. Even the second time round, it's just as bad. I totally fail at being able to get through these pencils, because once again, I'm stupid. And instead, you just have to walk. No running, just walk and your trajectory will throw you around. And when I was here, I paused it a couple times because I wasn't exactly sure where to go. But basically, all you got to do is pick up the P and hop back over to where these are, and dive down this little pit. All's great. So once you're down here, the floating sharpeners appear again, and you can eventually get taken up here. This is wonderful. I was also panicking, so I decided to have a quick pause here as well. That's why. So every time you see like the screen just like freeze a little for a frame, that's me pausing. I cut out all the pauses for you so it wasn't a pain in the neck. You want to run yourself across. Everything's great. That guy spawns in the most ridiculous place ever, but you do get to pick up the 6th cage, and then as long as you avoid the lightning bolts, you can finish off this level. Not a problem really, and everything is great. So just run yourself back over the pencils and continue the level as normal. Or fall like me because you suck. Okay. And now we go Space Mamas. I spent so many lives and so much time in this level, even the second time round. Space Mamas Crater is just hard, if you ask me. And I almost fall, which would mean I'd have to redo the level again just to get back to the opportunity to get this cage. So you'll recognize this, it's another one we got in the episode. You basically just have to swing yourself across, and then you've got to hit between these thimble taps or whatever they are, and pick up the cage. I'm actually quite lucky here, get a really, really nice shot in, and that's number 1. As you can see, we didn't get any in Space Mamas Crater running through because I was too focused on the boss and game over far too many times. But the next one is actually real close. So when you fall from the first cage, just run to the left and these guys spawn. And you can basically just swing yourself across. Everything's wonderful. As long as you can get like the height, then everything will be fine. Just keep swinging across. And there's actually a free level exit here as well, which is, you know, not bad considering there's no other cages in this section. It's not a bad shout. However, I did not know this So I decided that I was going to jump over. I paused the video, I checked a few bits and pieces just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, but we're all good. And then you move on to literally living hell. I hate this section. I wasted 7 lives, 6 lives even, just getting here. And all you got to do is keep running through the level until you get to the point that I just showed. I'm a little behind in the commentary here, obviously. Fall yourself down, and yeah, the cage is like right there. That's cage number 3. It's fairly easy to get back by avoiding these guys. I just wanted to get rid of him for the bullets. And then you just walk yourself across. I did actually use that. You don't have to, and you could probably die fairly easily because it's falling if you didn't, but there you go. It is what it is. And then from here you can just continue moving forward. So eventually you get to the very end of this section, and the cage is actually a little bit to the left, but if you fall down here, you can't go back. So I actually messed up majorly and had to move on to the next section. But it's fine, because in the next section, I basically died immediately. So I got the chance to come back, save some lives this time, which was quite good. So I'm back up to my 7. And now I'm actually going to show you where the cage is. So I'm very, very careful to try and, well, essentially not fail on the ink physics, because I guess it's not really ice physics. But if you swing yourself up here, it's basically a little bit of a long track. Just throw the thimbles out the way, avoid the spikes, just take like the 5-finger death punch motivation, avoid pain and seek pleasure. And you should be fine. There are Ribena people everywhere, which is annoying. This thimble keeps getting in my way and won't just fall down like the rest of them did, but you know, we generally get there. Everything's fine. Everything's fine as the thimble comes back. As it comes back, it's like, no, everything's fine. There's no trouble here at all, but yeah, there is. But eventually I do manage to get this thing out of my way. And then managed to immediately take damage on more spikes, because the level has a ceiling at this point, which I wasn't really prepared for. But when you're done being murdered by the ceiling, there's the cage, and all you've got to do is run yourself back. Most of the things do like respawn, which is one of the things I wanted to show you. Like everything will respawn back in the place that it was, because you're far enough away. But the second time around, they're far simpler to avoid, because there's more holes for these thumbtacks to just fall down. I don't even know if they're actually thumbtacks, but you know what? I'm gonna call them thumbtacks. It's fine. Next section. So there's actually a shortcut in this section where there's a free life if you hop over here, and I really wanted the life, so I took it, and now we're here. So this is hard. This killed me so many times when I was going through the level normally. But I nail it first freaking try today, which is beautiful. And then I find out what I have to do to actually get the cage to spawn, and I've got to do that and then jump back. I was so nervous about doing this, and you can see from the life counter, I've managed to do that all without dying. I was pretty proud of myself for this. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty proud. But from along here, you then come across the floating sharpener. Jump yourself on top of the sharpener with the newly found hook ring, and then you can make the cage spawn from there and just easily jump up. It's real simple. There is some stuff on the left there, but I couldn't get the cloud to spawn when I was trying to do it. You can see as I jump down, I'm going to swing about a little bit. Oh no, I'm not. I cut that out. So I couldn't get that through. Then you just want to keep going through the level a little bit more, and then you get right to the end, and this is where you really don't want to mess up. Again, you can see I'm only on 1 life. I don't want to mess this up, because I'm running seriously low on lives. I swear, every time I record like a little section of this, just to get the cages in a level, I end up having to go and do grinding for the next like 20 minutes just to get my lives back up again, because I spent so many lives on these later levels. But we do get there, we fly ourselves up, all you got to do is swing, and there it is. And that is the last cage of Space Mama's Crater. I never have to do Space Mama's Crater again, and I'm so happy about that. It's just the best news ever, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that will do it for the backtracking of this episode. In the next episode, we'll finish off our backtracking, and we may even get started on some additional levels. So guys, without further ado, take care of yourselves, and until next time.